The dog is barking, of course. Hey, it's Friday, and yeah, you don't need another streamer, but I'm here. Tree Goblin in the house. How are you, Tree? A lot of people streaming on Fridays, of course. Rageaholic is streaming. George Peter Gaddis is streaming, doing his movie, of course. Raging Golden Eagle. PTM reviews. Michael Bancroft going on. Mike Walters. Uh, Pop Culture Minefield, Slimming, American Discord, Shelby over there, Horror Mike, Scarlet Fever, Caleb Reynolds. I mean, wow. No, I guess I better go in and say hi to Horror Mike. Hey, Mike. Just, he usually streams when I'm over on Red Valkyries. I haven't checked to see if Red Valkyrie is, having their thing. Uh, they've been a little inconsistent with it of late. I don't know what's going on. Sir Jacob streaming, and that's about it as far as who I subscribe to. But that's a bunch. Yeah, I'm not seeing Red Valkyrie tonight. I don't know, but I'm here, and Shadowhawk's supposed to join me. 6480, how are you, sir? I did grab a few books before Caleb's Reynolds is streaming. Yes, I went in there earlier and said hi. Um, sing along of Doom, I guess. I don't know. Karaoke night. I don't know. I got some Mighty Mascots, things like that. Some of them signed. Thunder Bunny's Charlton Bullseye. Yeah. Pulled one of those to get the shadow if he shows up tonight. If he doesn't, he might forfeit it. He might just forfeit it. No, I want him to have a copy of it. Everybody should have this book right here. I think. These were probably the first Charltons that I ever pulled the trigger on. Was Charlton Bullseye. At first, I didn't. The very first one I did, number one, that brought back Blue Beetle and Captain Atom from the 60s into the mid 70s. Let's see, this has a year on it. Can that be right? Really? That can't be right. It says 82. I guarantee you this is an 82. Is it? Is it? Yeah, it is. What the hell? I was thinking mid. Well, it'd been. I don't know. Hell, I don't know anymore. Jerry Ordway did the inking on the cover. So if you're a Jerry Ordway fan, there's enough to do this to justify maybe picking this up. It is his origin story. The only time that he wore a blue and white costume. Sort of Kirby-esque, type, you know. Kind of like the bunny that was part of the Shazam crew, the Captain Marvel crew back in the day, in a way, with the lightning bolt uniform. But this is the only time that he wore the original blue and white costume. He made an appearance in issue 6 here. It was kind of an anthology without being an anthology title, if that makes sense. I know they had a superhero group of like 3 women in one issue. They actually had some comic funny characters in issue 2. The very first one, like I said, brought back Captain Atom in his old 60s yellow and orange costume, whatever it was, and Blue Beetle, uh, which I got that one. Didn't like the funny animal stuff. Didn't pick that one up. Looked at it. Quality on these things are so poor, you can't even get them graded, sometimes slabbed. But this is the only character that appeared twice in the title, in issue 6 here, and both of them are significant because in issue 9, like I said, this is the only time, the very first time in issue 6 that he wore the blue and white costume. In 9, where he makes his second appearance in comics, it's the red and white costume. So that's the very first time he makes the costume that he would keep. So they're both significant in that way. And this tells the origin too, which this was printed in like 3 or 4 different publishers. Apple Comics. I can't even tell you. I lost track. And I don't think I have all the issues. Although when I saw the stuff, I tried to pick it up. That's like, see Thunder Bunny out there, automatic pickup, even if I don't have it. So I wind up with multiples. I just don't want to miss anything. I like it that much. Anyway, here it is, created by Martin L. Grimm. I think that's how you say Greim. 1982. I was thinking for some reason mid 70s. The memory. But very Kirby type cosmic feel to the background. I am kind of spittling a little bit as I talk on this because I wiped it off like 3 or 4 times already. I'm drooling. Yeah, the quality, man, the down below, the paper, you can't even get these slabs sometimes. They're just, but I have about a dozen copies of them. And anyway, Caleb is killing it. Cool. All right. So 60 center, yeah, 1982 apparently, and there's the copy right down there. So right there, the first appearance of Thunder Bunny. Basically this kid here stumbles upon a UFO, and it's kind of like these anthropomorphic, bipedal aliens, and he touched the console where the little thief finger hand thing, and it turns him into Thunder Bunny. And the way he becomes Thunder Bunny is slapping his hands together. So he slaps his hands together, he becomes Thunder Bunny. And Charlton Comics, in the early 70s, they came out with a magazine called Bullseye. And that also had, and I don't have any of those, but I'm going to get them at some point. Absolutely. And they had, my friend has some of them, but he probably wants a good little bit. They're not that prevalent. I don't know that they were distributed. They're magazine size. They're they had Captain Atom and Blue Beetle and some other characters throughout but they were interesting. Every one of them was interesting, kind of like a fanzine that Charlton did. So yeah, this is a good one to pick up in my estimation, because, and so was his second appearance in issue 9. This is issue 6 of Charlton Bullseye, the first appearance of Thunder Bunny. That's what's up, Timothy Olsen. Just to recap, just for you, from Charlton Comics, 1982. So over 40 years old. And that's my cutoff date. That's what I consider. That's just personally, I thought about this 6 months ago. I guess I was like, what do I consider really starting to gain some traction and become back issue status? And I would say about 40 years and beyond. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. First appearances happen, kind of like our first appearance of Harley Quinn or some money, especially if you have, Elsie said the ones that are selling with that are just like the one I have, which is about 10% or less than 10% of the run, which was actually on the newsstand. Harder to get, way harder to get, and those seem to be the ones that he's been watching on eBay, he says. So could be bode well for when I get mine pressed, get it graded. Really don't want to get rid of it, but it's not. I'll be interested to see what it comes back. I would like to get a high grade. I would like to have a 9.88 newsstand. And if I had the money, I would probably invest in that, because that will be a $20,000 comic at some time, 50,000. Who knows? Because it's our first appearance. Now, then they parse and say, well, not in DC continuity. And then there was the little book that came out that had the cassette that they say is their first appearance. And there was, and I have one copy of it, bought it a couple years ago for like $15, which I thought was a steal. Had one image of Harley Quinn printed twice within the book, same image. So sort of that came out before the Batman Adventures number 12 issue. So that's a good pickup too, if you can find it. And black cover, all the way black. So very condition sensitive. So don't touch it. So I have these Mighty Mascots. Like this one's an oversized giant that I believe has 3 issues in here. This is volume 1. So it'll probably have 1, 2, and 3 all together here in one volume. Signed by Keith Gleason here. But you can see it's in this. So I have some boards and bags, and hopefully this will fit in one of those. We shall see. It may be too thick. I will wait on that one. And then I have some other issues, some signed, some not, that were probably in bundles. Like both of these are signed 1 and 2 by Keith. And they're double boarded in bags. So that's what I'm going to do. Thunder Bunny. Yeah, Thunder Bunny. Yeah, and it was in Apple Comics, was in Warp Graphics. It bounced away. It bounced around. He made several appearances outside the Charlton Bullseye, which like I said, he's the only character that reoccurred. They had a Barbarian, then I had a horror issue. So it was like every issue was different. You had superhero with number 1. You kind of had funny animal with number 2. You had a Barbarian. You had a horror story. You had sort of like a sci-fi superhero story. You had like the Thunder Bunny stories, both of those. So it was a mixture. It was a mixture. I really liked the title. Got most of them. Now I've got a complete set of them. There was only about a dozen of them come out, something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, Charlton had a magazine called Charlton Bullseye, magazine size comic or fanzine, something in the early 80s. I'm sorry, early 70s, early mid 70s. And I don't have any of those. I don't like these adhesive bands. I do not. I'll keep them in there. I won't waste I just have several, like here's number 6 and number 5 of Mighty Mascots. One of them signed. Well, both of them are signed, but got them in a bundle like this, and I just haven't, given them the end of it. I was out of board and bag at that point, so I just grabbed this lot before I got going so I could be productive while I sit here. And I don't know what happened. Maybe Shadowhawk fell asleep. He's got the link. He can come in. Elsie's got the link. I put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come in and keep me company. I know a lot of people are streaming. Sometimes I don't. I mean, usually I'm on with Red Valkyrie, but it doesn't look like they're having it again this week. Friday, I just like to chillax because usually the weekends are pretty busy for me. We should be having the Rex Hex and Apex show tomorrow, I believe. And of course, the 4 o'clock shadow, and I'll be on with Jolly Green. We're going to be on Jolly Green's channel, Iron Shadowhawk, later. I believe he said 9 Central, which will be 8 for us. I'm not sure. I'll check on that. We'll let you know. There's also this Reckless Chronicles featuring time traveling team ups, signed by Keith Gleason. I did get the bundle and got his Swamp Tales and other books, and this is one which kind of has a Sherlock Holmes and Watson type character, but also this Reckless Chronicles #2 featuring this Watcher type character, and it is signed there too. And there's that detective again. Here's Mighty Mascots. So kind of a mix up. So Hero Envy there. Yeah. So that's double boarded. Double bagged. Yeah, it's got tail on there. It's got tape on there. Not tail. It's got tail. It's got tape. So we'll just take the tape off first. Tape is insidious to cause problems sometimes. And, this is Scotch tape or something akin to that. No good. Don't use this, folks. Don't ever use this. Don't, because this can leave a sticky residue. Painter's tape, same way. That it's generally that comes off pretty good, but it's painter's tape. Folks, you can go to the dollar store. It'll cost you $1.25 because nothing's $1 anymore. But at least where I'm at, check out. You can get these Scotch Magic tape by 3M. Not sure how much you get in this because I threw the card away and it's not printed on a little paper insert. But the best tape, the only tape, Magic 3M tape. The only thing for me. Now I have something called Ruban tape that a local grocery store was moving, and indeed they did move down the street, which is close to my house over here. I can walk across here, the property behind me, and across the street is the grocery store, and it moved about a block. That was years ago, and when they were going out of business, they had their tape on sale. $1.89 something a roll, or no, it was $1.89 for 5 rows in a pack, 5 or 6 rows. And I said, that's a deal. I'll take all of them. And I did. I took every bit of it. And I've got a whole one of those plastic bins that's pretty big, full of that tape. Still haven't been through it. It holds up good. It's a close second. It's a close second to this. A little bit stiffer tape, I don't think has the elasticity of it. It does split a little bit more than this. This will split too. Any tape will. But generally, this is good. I've had this on boards and bags. I've had it on bags for 8 years. My old stock from my store. And I swear, when this is what we use, this is what my partner in the comic store recommended. Not basic Scotch tape, made by the same people, 3M, but the green, Magic tape. Your Scotch tape will leave a residue. This will not. This will come off. It's a slightly frosted, and that's what that Ruban tape is. It's slightly frosted. It's a close second to this, and I still have a lot of it. When I send out things to people, I use this. When I'm just going to store something away, I'll use the Ruban tape. Depends on what it is. But when I send artwork or I send comics out in the mail, I want it to be able to just be able to peel that tape off, and I'll use the Magic tape. And you can get this on rolls. I've got a tape dispenser, and you can get it in just box rolls and put it on there too. You don't have to have the plastic dispensers like this, but this is generally what I have, and I always try and keep in stock of that, some of it, because I need it. You never know when you're going to need it. Okay, so I think I've got all this except for that giant 100 pager. So the way I do it, is, and I'll need a board for this. In fact, I'll need kind of buried all my boards, so that I don't touch the book, I will put the board underneath. Just want to take out one of the books. They're both pretty thick books. Although I would say this Reckless, what's it called? Chronicles, featuring Hero Envy and Mighty Mascots, and the other is larger. These are probably print on demand. I'll go ahead and pull that out. But you never know when the back cover is going to be totally black. And like I say, that ink never totally dries. So I want to get it on the board. I kind of cheated there. And in fact, it does have a lot of black on the back. You know, if you want to keep it in near mint shape, if you're not, you know, not get your oils off on your hands. I don't care how clean your hands are. I'm just showing you how I do it, you know. Put it in there, and a couple pieces of tape that flap down, and there you go. It's got its own individual board and bag. And this has the adhesive strips on it that you can take the strip off, but I don't like those. I don't like those. As long as that plastic strips over that, these will work fine. That's just what he carries. So signed by Keith Gleason back there. That's the great thing, you know, ordered. He shipped this in a box within a box. Actually, he shipped, and I told him this when he was on with me the very first time. He ships very securely, or at least he did with me with this big order of catch-up tier and stuff of his old books. And what's the print runs on these? Minuscule. This may be the only time you see this book, unless you get it from Keith, you know. Anyway, and some of these are already old, you know. All right, so I need to take this one down, the one I took out. It's nice to know it's got enough extra room, the board and bag that he sent it in, because it had 2 books in it. Now it only has 1, so a lot of room, nothing cramped. If my rule is, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. And actually, you want a little, compare these. Okay, so you can see the one that I put it in is larger. That's good. I guarantee you, if I were to drop this, you want some space around the edge. If you drop this, it probably won't get damaged. It may be in and dink the board, but there's enough in there. It probably won't. I wouldn't test that unless you just, you know. This one, if I were to drop it, and accidents do happen, you do drop stuff. I don't care who you are, how long you've been doing it. This one would probably get damaged because it does not have this buffer here. So, you know, this might be enough for some people to replace it, because I guarantee you I could drop this one, it probably wouldn't get damaged. If I drop this one's probably going to get damaged. I don't know what that is with the signature underneath Keith's signature there. If that's a second signature of somebody else or what. I don't know if that's printed on there. No, actually I can tell it's another signature. So I think it's I think what he did was sign it fully, and then he also did like KG, Keith Gleason. So maybe double signed on that one. Cool. I think what it was is he probably had it signed, and then he signed it again because I asked him to make sure they were all signed, or if he would all sign them. So there you go. Double signed on that one, I guess. I'm not going to take the time. I probably should. I'll use the original, but I guess that's the difference between a regular and a one that they say now is regular. And yes, it will fit a regular. sized. I just did there and had a space, or it will sit a Silver Age book. Of course, I'm not putting a Silver Age book in there, so that shows you the difference. But you always want a buffer zone, because if you don't have any space like these don't, you're probably going to damage your book. I've done it many times just by accident. Not good feeling. Not good feeling. Gable Penny shot in. What kind of tape is that then? It's made by the same people that make Scotch tape. It's a magic. It's made by 3M. They make several different types of tape. They make Scotch tape, and it does say Scotch on it down there. But up here you see magic, and look for the green. Magic. If it doesn't say magic tape, don't get it. This is what you want to get. It's made by 3M, and it'll say Scotch on it, but it's the magic tape. It'll say magic tape on it, and it'll have the green. Like that. Even the boxes that you get for tape dispensers. What kind of tape? Let's see. Kind of tape you can get anywhere. Yeah. And you can get this generally anywhere, but make sure it's the magic tape, you know. And a lot of people ask, do you have Scotch tape? And they'll direct you to the Scotch tape. Maybe the magic tape will be with the Scotch. I have seen a bin with both of them mixed, but always go for the green. Don't drop your comics, Rex. Put them in a long box. No, I'll put them in a short box. But these are double. They were sent to me double a while back. Who knows, maybe a year ago or more when I got these in. And I didn't have any boards and bags, I guess, at the time. And this is the way they've been. So I'm taking out, and now that I have some boards and bags, I'm taking these out. And some of these are limited edition and exclusive covers. And it'll tell you up here. I kind of like that. Tells you it's special. These are campaign books. Variant covers. Get some more boards and bags here. I got the book sitting on the boards and bags. At least a few here. Proud of my poster I got in today. That was a good $10 buy. America's Biggest Hero is back, and he's not happy. King Kong Lives. I remember. It's no wonder I forgot that movie, because it was, not that, it's entertaining for the moment. But yeah, it's like, wow, okay. Linda Hamilton, though. That's probably what drew me in. I double up on comics in my bag. Sometimes I do too, and boards all the time, but only in their issues follow each other. But only if there is, put it in chronological order. I get that. I'm not, there's different ways to do it. I prefer to stick them in their own individual thing. Shoot, I had, for decades, for a long time, I had 10 copies of some, which is not a great way to store them, by the way, per bag, because it was that old store stock that I got when I bought that comic store out in 97. Can't get enough of that sugar, Chris. Yeah, so you see up here, it says limited edition exclusive copy, signed by Keith Gleason, Mighty Mascots number 6, Sugar Loops. I assume that's one of the variant covers. And I will go back on these, and I will take my Sharpie, which there's not a lot of, and I will say signed on here. Put all your pertinent information on there. Right now, that's all I need for these is signed. That it's signed, because you can overlook this very easily. And if something happens to me and then somebody's trying to sell this collection off or whatever, they wouldn't know. They would, what is that? I don't know. They're not going to look and look and look and see, this. They can go, oh, it's signed. Oh, I see that there. Okay. I want to get lost in the curly shuffle. See what I did there? Okay, so we have a 1 and 2 here, Mighty Mascots, signed. I've got multiple copies of his. I bought, and right price point, Alterna Books, first printings here, red logo. That's how you determine the printings. I think that's a pretty neat way to do that. Alterna, I'll take the book and put it under the book there to support it, so that I can slide it in and not really touch the book. There we go. Then tape them down. But so I bought some at the local comic store. Like I said, I got one of the local comic shops to start carrying Alterna books back in the day. About, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And they used to, they still do, I think, in the back, cite where the comic shops are and what state and whatnot. And you can see a few of the issues had cited. I won't take time right now to put signed on here. I'll group these together and make sure these are designated here in a moment. There's not that many to do, actually. I have pretty much everything out of the 30,000 books I have boarded and bagged already. Not always. Hey, bro, sorry, so late. No problem. The link is all the way up to the top in the chat, or I sent it to you, Shadow, on Instagram. So whichever way you prefer to come in. If indeed you're going to come in, hopefully. I was a little bit late myself. I don't really see a problem with doubling up your books. It does get very expensive, as you know, supplies. It does get expensive. Just gotta tape this one down. I mean, that, if you really want it, it's like, again, I don't plan, like you said, Gable, I'll store this away in a box. But still, if you want that extra security, you need to get them out of these bags and maybe reuse this regular size for a digest size or something like that. It may be more trouble than you want, but it is the most secure thing, that if you accidentally drop it, it's going to get damaged. I guarantee you this thing's going to get damaged if I drop it, because there's no buffer. But now I've dropped some things, and quite severely, in boards and bags that had a buffer, and it may have ruined, pretty well dented if you do have a bad dented corner on the bottom or something, open it up, flip it around, put it up top, because you're going to have that margin up there anyway. It's not going to hurt anything unless it's going to press against, when you file these in a box, and it generally doesn't. So I buy floppies less and less nowadays. I'm mainly shifting to trades, omnibuses, and digitals. Same way, Gable, here. I like those big collections. If there's a cover that I'm really drawn to, That's generally it for me when it comes to the floppies. Or, it's just like get the issues there, and and they had some nice facsimiles, and I do think that a lot of those facsimiles are gonna, retain their value. I was very tempted, but I didn't like the fact that he was marking them up. And maybe he's a businessman. And it might be that, in this day and time that it was more than to get. I don't know if he's back ordering them or what. I was just unwilling to use my money like that. I don't have a lot to deal with anyway. So I got my 3 spawn issues. I got some boards and bags, and that was pretty much it. I got those ghosts, and that was enough expensive right there that the Space Ghost ones, that was more of a guilty pleasure right there, because I don't see a lot of Space Ghost books out there still. Now, in 20 years, there might be a ton of them out there, but right now, you can count in the 70s, the ones that came out in the 70s, the ones about a decade ago that DC Comics did. There's not a lot of Space Ghost out there. So I still think those Space Ghosts like that on a new series might be a pretty good buy. Ethan won CG Grift Award. He beats a convicted pedophile. He beat a convicted. Well, what's he doing beating up on pedophiles? Which Spawn books? I just collect the Spawn. I think I got the first King Spawn. Yeah, I stick with the main title. Issue 350, 351, and 352 were the last 3 that I picked up. It was between Vic and Ethan in the final. Okay, was that hosted on Dark Gifts comment? Dark Gifts, he's pitting. Seems like Anthony's pitting, having one of those things. And also we have Jason Bascom closing out his book tonight. But I and Shadow had talked about, doing this stream. So here I am. Here I am again. Doing whatever I can. You were really enjoying King Spawn, but then it sort of got bland. Yeah. All right. I see you back there, Shadow. Just a second. Get this tape off my fingers. On Wiggle Show, it's been going on for weeks. Really? What? Well, I'm missing a lot of stuff, aren't I? Hey, Shadow Hawk.
Hey, buddy. Sorry I'm so fucking late, man.
How was the ribs? I was a few minutes late myself getting it off of it.
I still haven't even eaten yet. I've been in a 35-minute discussion with my 13-year-old about social things.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man. Trying to reason with a goddamn teenager.
Yeah.
It's fucking late. I might as well be bashing my head into a brick fucking wall.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the way I felt when I was driving the kids to
I'm
karate.
sorry, guys. Hey, hello. Good to see you. Dude, I've been dying to talk to somebody, and then she come up and started this shit. I'm like, fuck. And I forgot we'd have made arrangements to start at 8, so I'm already an hour late.
Well, that's fine. Well, I've only been streaming 39 minutes, so we're good.
Oh, okay. You were late too. All right, I don't feel so bad.
I was a little late. I don't know how that works out. I mean, I didn't think I was that late, but apparently about almost 20 minutes late. I don't jive.
It says you're only 39 minutes in. Okay.
I can't trust the numbers. Gable says, "What's up?"
YouTube is always fucking with us, Rex. You know that.
I know, man. I don't understand when I check the YouTube studio how. I mean, I'm sure it's a simple thing. We are at 399 subscribers.
Woo-hoo.
Our views are over 2,000, 2.1K, but the watch hours have been up, but now they're down by a little bit, I guess, because it's giving me a down error now. So another, even on a Friday, you know,
Well, hell, I guess we just got to work that much harder, my
got to stream
friend.
more, right? So we're here to get those view hours up for, I guess, while everybody else is streaming. I don't really like to stream on Fridays because so many people are trying to stream. It's their
Hmm.
weekend and they don't have to go to work the next day, at least most of them. So a lot of people stream on Fridays.
Yep, yep. But hey, man, it is what it is. It's the internet, right?
It is the internet. I mean, if I feel like streaming, I will stream.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
If you waited for somebody else not to be streaming, you would
Yeah,
never.
I'm waiting for an open spot.
Yeah, you would never have a stream, dude. It would just never happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless it was like 3 in the morning, 5,
Yeah, like
early.
on a fucking
Yeah.
Tuesday or something,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even that
Yeah.
nowadays, that's not even guaranteed, dude.
It's
Because
not
there's a lot
guaranteed.
of
No.
English guys that are streaming early mornings now in
Oh yeah, but
Australia.
they don't count. Oh.
Fuck, Rising Lee's up at fucking goddamn 3 o'clock in the
I
morning
know.
every day.
And when he's not, Finatra's up,
Mm-hmm. But Finatra's here in the States. I don't know what's up with that boy, man. He's just crazy.
Well, he's generally inebriated and
Well, that's true too, but
yeah.
I I mean I'm not
I'm not
gonna
sure he knows what time of day it is sometimes,
I'm not gonna voice any complaints about him being inebriated. That's more
Yeah.
power to
Well,
him.
I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out, a well-known fact at this point, I would think.
I just wish he would get in touch with me and I could teach him some stuff on bass real quick, like that would help him get a lot better, a lot
Yeah.
faster. But and it's alright. I enjoy watching him struggle as well.
So what? Okay. Well, I was like, well, why? Good content for your channel. Do a tutorial and send it
You
to him.
want to do
Send
bass
him the link.
tutorial?
Yeah, why not? Isn't that what you were gonna do, or did you want to just talk to him about it? I thought you wanted to
No,
show him a few
well, I mean, I could show him a few things, obviously,
things.
but yeah, I mean, we could just talk about it. If he's got his bass in his hand, I can, just tell him, okay, here's, your finger placement. Do this, do that, do that. It's not that hard.
Tree
I mean,
Holland says Shadow do it.
music and chords and all that stuff on a stringed instrument is all basically just little boxes. You can do if you just think of everything as kind of little rectangular boxes on the neck. And you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just go up and down the neck all over the place. And
Now,
the one, I mean, it kind of once you get that concept, it makes everything so much easier.
these boards and bags that I get, they will accommodate 100 pager. At least these Alterna very easily. Very easily.
Ooh,
I mean,
very
and they're
nice,
still
mighty mascot. Yeah,
yeah,
baby.
signed, yes. So one,
Signed
2,
by the Keepster.
this is volume 1, 1, 2, and 3 is reprinted in this.
Have you
I
gotten
have.
any of Amy's artwork yet, dude? I'm telling you, she does an awesome Boxer Bear trading card.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. No, I have
Yeah,
not,
you've
but
seen
I
mine.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Amy's awesome too. I love both those guys, man. They're sweethearts.
Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, that is bad. If we do the Rex Hex and Apex show, tomorrow, which I think Apex is due to do it.
Well, it's not. It's gonna be Rex Quantum and Apex.
I know, right? I mean, I just don't want to do the show anymore.
What?
Well, I think we should. I don't know, man. I don't know. I could live without it. It's a lot
How
of
about
fun.
Rex, formerly Hex, and Apex?
Yeah. This will make you happy, hopefully. Okay. I've been organizing some of my comics, right? And I have a gift for you.
Well, you should know by now. Nothing makes me happy.
Okay, forget it. I will not give you the gift.
Just teasing, man. Come
Tree
on.
Goblin says, I've been playing a tiny kid's guitar with a built-in speaker lately. So much fun.
Oh,
I can
cool.
see that. Yeah. So I was
Sound like a
explaining.
ukulele almost.
I was explaining before you came in.
Mhm.
Charlton Bullseye, and I was thinking it was mid-70s. This
Okay.
is 1982, issue 6 of Charlton Bullseye. It's kind of an mid-70s, about 75, 76, right? They did a magazine. Charlton did a magazine called Charlton Bullseye. I don't have any of those. Low print, probably pretty rare. I don't know. A friend, the guy that sells me the production artwork, he has some of those, but he wants a good little pretty penny for them. And I really haven't had the money to search these things out, but I do want them in my collection, because they got like The Question, Blue Beetle, Captain Atom, the old Charlton superhero line in them, right? So Charlton Bullseye comes out, I guess, in the early 80s with the comic book size Charlton Bullseye, right? Number 1 had Tree Goblin says, I got it for my daughter, but she ain't getting it back.
That's awesome.
So number 1 issue I bought, probably could be, not sure, the first Charlton comic I ever bought. I looked at them and the quality of the old Charltons, it was crap. You can't even get them slabbed.
Oh yeah, they were horrible.
They're horrible condition. It was trash paper, it's just whatever.
Yeah, I think those things they went through the press as fucking trash. They just fucking.
Well, at the bottom, they're uneven. The pages, how the length of the paper.
Yeah, they didn't
crazy.
give a fuck how they trimmed them. They didn't nothing. There was no quality control.
They didn't no quality. Yeah, and hence you can't even get them slabbed. You can't. They won't even grade them.
No,
you roll your dice if you send one of those things in.
Yeah, they send it back with a note giggling at me.
So number 1 at Charlton Bullseye, Shadowhawk, was bringing back Blue Beetle and Captain Atom. I bought that one. The second one I passed on because it was funny animals, even though it might have been superheroes. It was like funny animals. And then they had a barbarian. They had a horror story issue. They had like a sci-fi superhero where the 3 heroes were female, going up against this big rock monster. Pretty cool issue. I loved it. But the title was something different every month. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Now, the book I want to give to you and put in your stack today is the first appearance of Thunder Bunny.
Thunder Bunny?
Thunder Bunny. And he's the only character that was in 2 issues of Charlton Bullseye. He was in issue 6 and he was in issue 9. Both are significant. In issue 6, where he makes his first appearance and tells his origin story, he's in his blue and white costume. The only time he wore the blue and white costume.
Oh, okay. I remember you talking about this guy before. I don't think I've ever seen him.
They crowdfunded it into a hardback, and it didn't. I don't know if they ever delivered it or what. It didn't
Yeah, that
fund.
was the one you said you've been waiting on, right? For like years?
No, that was Aztec Ace. I
Oh,
didn't
that was
even
Aztec 8.
I didn't
Okay.
even try the Thunder Bunny one because I knew it wasn't going to fund. I probably
Ah,
should
okay.
have. I probably should have. They would have refunded my money probably. But this is the first appearance of Thunder Bunny, and it was along with some other Charlton Bullseyes. And I know I've got about a dozen copies of this, so feel free to have this copy here. This is the only time he was in the blue and white costume. It does have his
Oh, that's
origin.
cool, dude.
And then you kind of get one of those Marvel recaps in other subsequent issues, like in number 9. You get a recap of his origin up here, kind of like Marvel used to do.
Okay, yeah.
But this is his origin issue, the only time that he was in the blue and white costume. And then after that, it's red and white. So number 9
Right.
is significant, his second appearance, because it's the first appearance of the red and white costume. And he was in like Warp Graphics, Apple Comics. He was like in Charlton. He was like in 4 or 5 different publishers over time. You know, he's got several issues out. They're just by different, publishers.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I remember we've talked about this guy before, but yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Phantasmagorical. Yeah, I've
Hey,
had Elsie beg me
Phantom.
for one of those issues, and I'm like, I think I want to keep them. I'll get him a
What's up,
copy.
Fanta? My girl.
Yeah, Fanta, the link is all the way up in the top if you want to come in. We'd
Yes,
love to have
please.
you, or I can drop it again if you have time. So now, while we kind of talk, Shadow, I'm going to make a notation on the back of the tape of the ones here that I just single boarded and bagged, which ones are signed, because I think it's important to put that on the back, that it's a signed copy.
Oh, yeah.
And you can look at a glance and see that it's signed.
Yeah, because sometimes, you look at the cover and it's really not that easy to tell. But
No, like this one's signed in silver, and it's harder to see than that black,
yeah. And that'll happen, man. Yeah, I wanted to start doing that when I organized my comics the last time, was go through and on the backing boards of them all, just put like a quick little description. But dude, when you've got 20,000 comics, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yep. No doubt about it.
It's a daunting task.
Yeah, I mean, you have to eat it like an elephant, a bite at a time. You really do.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah, you got to chip away at the stone. Chip away at the stone.
That's an old Joe Walsh song, isn't it?
That's Aerosmith.
No, Aerosmith. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I got that confused.
When I school the master of music, I've really done something.
Nah, you just
2 points. Now, if we were to play, if this was musical basketball, he would have like 98-2.
That's right.
I would get that one lucky shot in.
It's not. Hey, at least it's not a shutout, buddy.
Yeah, at least it's not a skunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go home with no points on the board,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That ain't no fun.
No, the Hall of Shame. Meanwhile, back in the temple, what was it? Meanwhile, back at the Legion of Doom or whatever, right, in the swamp.
They're in the middle of the fucking stinky swamp.
Yeah. Which Solomon Grundy must have loved.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure that he's probably the guy that sold him the
real estate. Yeah. I got some swampland. I'll sell you, Lex Luthor.
I got some land for you, boy.
Yeah.
Well, it's partly land anyway.
Yeah, Lex Luthor must have bought that site unseen.
Well,
it kind of. It
Lex
kind of
was
makes
real.
sense, though. They didn't want to be found by the heroes, though, right?
I guess. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, who's going to check the swamp?
well, see, the thing is, though, couldn't Superman, like, hear shit no matter where it happened on the Earth? Supposedly.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about Superman. He's too powerful.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He would know.
Yeah.
He would hear the bubbling of the goddamn Hall of Villains or whatever popping up out of the swamp. He'd
Oh
be like,
yeah.
oh, shit.
When Grodd talked like this, when Grodd the monkey, gorilla, it'd be like, yeah, I know where they're at.
I don't care what we're
I-
going to do as long
I
as we
thi-
kill the Flash.
I think this is double signed. I think he had it initialed and then he signed it because he was going to sign. I think it's double signed there. Don't you? Probably Keith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Initialed
Oh,
and
look at
signed.
that.
Double
Very
signed.
cool.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what? No, that might be a. Let me look at that again.
I
That might be.
think it's almost like a little triangle or something. It says KG, so I think it is Keith Gleason. Or maybe it's Amy.
I was gonna say it might be Amy.
It might be her. I might have asked, if she could sign them, if they could double sign it. So that might be. You might be right.
I think it might be Amy on there too, buddy.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. I love Amy. She's a sweetheart.
I think you're right. That may be her.
Yeah. If you guys don't know the Gleasons and you haven't checked out Mighty Mascots, it's a lot of fun. A very cool book. If you like parody stuff, you like Don Toon, you like Zen Intergalactic Ninja, that kind of stuff, you'll dig Mighty Mascots.
We're gonna have to get Bill Mouse on here. He's been over at Apex's a couple of times. We're gonna have to get him
Well,
on
dude,
here.
he invited me today on.
Or did we have him over here? We had him over here once. We had him.
We had
over
Bill.
here
Yeah,
once.
we had Bill one. We'll get him again.
But look here, Shadowhawk. Look here. Some of his older stuff. Look at that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's Keith Gleason. Yeah, time traveling team up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like Sherlock Holmes. So it's not all Mighty Mascots that he's done.
Yeah, it's not. He doesn't do just cartoony stuff. I mean, that's what Mighty Mascots is. They're kind of cartoony and fun, but that's not all that Keith is capable of.
No.
But yeah, no, it's really nice people. Great comics. They're fun. The writing is, it's good. It's funny. I have fun with it.
Yeah, I got a catch up tier. So I got his old stuff like Tales from the Swamp and other titles like that he's worked on previously. Other comics he's come out with.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are low print run.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, when he did the big cereal box on Alterna a couple of years back, I ordered a couple of those. So I got everything, all the little tchotchkes, and there was like 8 buttons. There was a button for each.
Since I got the catch up bundle, the box was the only thing I didn't get. But now he assures me he's got extra, so I'll get one from him. I will get me a box to put all these in. It was a neat concept. It's a neat thing, when you do stuff that makes sense to the campaign. The eye patch, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really, it was that eye patch. He got up to 19,000 something. He was short of getting the eye patch for that campaign, but it was all right. He had probably already had those made up or had them made up anyway. And he just released them on the next campaign. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I've got extra stuff that I make on this campaign, but it's fine. It'll go on the next campaign.
Yeah, if it don't sell, dude, you got like extra standees or what have you. And then you know what? On the next campaign, you can actually up the price on them a little bit because
Right.
these are the original campaign tchotchke. So now you got to pay extra.
Right.
It's your damn fault for missing out.
I'm gonna put some of that stuff on Shopify that was on the campaign along with and on eBay, but I'm also going to make new stuff over there on Shopify, like our t-shirts and
yeah.
Because if I've got a $30 bill now every month from Shopify, plus whatever they're cut off of stuff, I need to start selling stuff over there, and actually making some money from it.
Mm.
And
well, I don't think they don't charge much. They don't charge as much as eBay.
No, they don't. And that's one reason that I and Elsie share his site. Once I was banned, and he was nice enough to say, well, you want to put some stuff up on mine and sell? And I've got more items up there than he does, or did at one point, on his own site. And I made a hell of a lot more money than he did in the long run. Selling the production stuff and doing what I did. But anyway.
Well, that may have been the way you were listing them and stuff, too.
Yeah, I tend to put a lot more description in things. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, here he is trying to come in. He looks totally black there in the dark. Hey, Elsie.
Hey, man.
What up, Els?
What's going on, Shadow?
What's happening, brother? How you doing?
I'm trying to get the spot.
Sitting in the dark. In the dark.
Walking in the dark.
Friday night.
I wear my glasses at night.
Keep going.
Man, I thought because sent me a link at 8 something. I said, well, are you still on?
No, I'm not still on. We took a break and I'm doing another stream. Boarding and bagging some comics, and right now I'm tearing these out of this pad. Doing some prep work to draw some more. Okay, I can't, and my hands are full. Let's see.
Arkansas State alumni.
Okay, yeah, Red Wolves. That's here in town. Yeah. Oh, did they send that to you since you're a graduate?
Brother, I got it a while back. It was so sweaty and dirty. I washed it and then put it on that mannequin head and let it dry.
Okay, perfect. None of that was nice story. Did not tell me how you wound up with a hat.
Don't know. So I figured I'd tell you something else. I understand, man. I'm sorry, bro.
I love this boy.
Never ask this guy for directions. Never ask him for directions.
Wow. That shit was amazing. I love Elsie.
By the time you find out, you already drove past it. Believe me. Because, he's going to take you the long way around whether you want it or not.
Missed the turn by the stop.
Made you snort.
Look, I want to show the Shadow something. I want to show you something too, Red.
Okay. Oh, what you got else?
Treehouse of Terror, Bart Simpson.
Oh, cool. That one actually looks like, yeah, they modeled it old school and shit.
Bernie Wright.
Like EC Comics.
Is that actually Bernie Wrightson?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Signed by Bernie Wright.
It is.
Marv Wolfman and Gene Cole and Lean Lean.
I'm telling you, man.
And they did a Treehouse of Horror, a Simpsons book?
Look, this book is worth just the book by itself.
I
And the
believe
guy,
it, bro. Damn.
All right, I'm having trouble hearing with some reverb. Let me see where that's coming from. I think it's actually coming from you, Shadowhawk.
I'll come back, bro.
just got excited, man. You know, all that energy.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd be excited about that too. I didn't know that one existed.
I didn't either, man. I didn't either. The guy sent me a picture of it, and it's signed by Bernie Wrightson and Lynn Wine, both of them on the inside.
Okay. And both are passed away now.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
not only that, it's beautiful signatures, but the book itself, I got it for less than the value of the book, man, alone. These guys just selling out of stuff, man. And I mean, you know, I picked this up for $50. I mean, you know, the book on eBay is worth at least 50 in any condition plus or more, and it's signed by both of them.
Yeah. You're saying the book itself, unsigned, is worth 50, and you got it signed by two individuals that are dead now. Yeah.
It might be worth or more, brother. I don't know.
Well, it didn't devalue it.
That's for sure.
Very cool. I am getting some echo on your side, but I don't know what to do about it. So
Yeah.
Not
I'll
gonna
plug
worry
in
about
these ears. Maybe it'll go away.
But once you get to talking, you know, when there's three of us, it kind of gets hard to hear.
Here, let me see what happens.
Oh, I got something in the mail today. This is an actual, they call lobby card. It's like lobby card poster from like 1986.
That better, Rex.
I'm hoping. I know some of that was on Elsie's side too. He's putting his earpieces in.
No, okay.
Yeah, maybe that'll help.
It sounds a lot better on my end right now. I don't know.
I bought this for like $10 over on
Dude,
eBay.
look at the
Yeah.
colors in that. That's still. You said that was like what, 86?
Like 1986, I believe, with Linda Hamilton that was in Terminator
Yeah,
in 1994.
that's still beautiful.
85 or 86. Yeah, it's 40 years old, just about.
Yeah, the colors are still brilliant on it, man. I love it.
It looks brand new, man.
Yeah, it does.
Freaking brand new. Couldn't pass that up. I mean, it was the only one offered that I could even see, you know, cheap. I was like, whoa, yeah, I got to jump on that. I'm sorry. There's certain things you just got to jump. You know, they're so inexpensive.
He's drilling this one into his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did I get that? Like, you know, when you change the tire.
Oh, dude, I've had that too, where they just don't stick right in your ear and they pop out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, if we had the cone-shaped earplugs at work, Shadowhawk, they won't stick in my ears, but the ones that are they're round, but they're square and usually yellow, you know, those work good.
Well, those are the ones that you gotta squeeze them first, though, right? You squish them down and then you put them in your ear and you let them expand.
If they're like the orange,
yeah, the little squishy ones.
I don't care. They do not fill up my ear enough. They will come out. I've got to have the other type.
Would you like me to open it up for you, brother?
No, why? It's fine. You can, no. You don't have to.
You want to see?
It's all right, brother. I trust you, man. You don't have to take a chance with that beauty. You keep her sealed up.
I know you'll love this.
Oh, damn.
Kelly Jones signature up there up top.
Bernie Wrightson. What is this? Bernie Wrightson.
See, he won't talk. He won't communicate. He just
I know.
It drives me
House number
nuts.
2, spring of 1998, signed by Kelly Jones and
Tony
Bernie Wright.
Isabella. Okay, I'm trying to.
He
You're
won't
not
talk.
quite,
He doesn't know English. It just won't
and
happen.
he's not quite in focus. Joe
I
Orlando,
know.
Mike Pascal, Kelly Jones, Mike Kaluta. Oh, dude, Pam Hazelton. Wow.
But
Tony
who's the
Isabella,
signature down below? Who is that?
Bones.
Bernie
Is
Wright.
that, oh, is that Bernie?
That
That is
doesn't
Bernie. Holy
look
shit. Yep.
like. Okay, I guess it does. His
Yeah,
signature
it
does,
is.
sort of.
Mm.
Interesting. Number 2, 1998. I don't think I've seen those profiles.
Who's the signature at the top there?
Kelly
Right
Jones.
there.
Kelly.
Oh, that's Kelly. Okay.
Yep. 1993. I like when they date it,
Damn. Oh, that's a thick
1998.
one too, isn't it? How many pages is that? Is that like 48?
You'll have to take it out.
Magazine for comic book professionals. It doesn't say 250.
All right. Yeah. No, don't worry about uncrating it and everything. It just looks like it's fairly fat. Might just be because it's magazine size.
Fairly fat.
I know you saw my Web of Horrors, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember it. but
Yeah. You don't, Ray?
Dude, I saw a
I
new
probably-
random Marvel Legends figure today called Spider Shot.
Yeah, I
Have you
never saw
seen-
this one. This is the
Have
first
you
time
seen
I've
that
seen
character,
this.
Rex?
What character?
Spider Shot. You ever heard of that one?
No, I haven't seen that. The skin.
Apparently,
eater. Wow.
yeah. Apparently, he's one of the new Spider-Man variants or something. I guess. I don't know.
Boy. Oh, maybe.
But,
Is
he
he
look-
lightning powers? Is it lightning
co-
powers?
I don't know, dude. It was just a picture of a figure, and he was like kind of.
I think we
Like-
did. I think I first showed that to you. Look, oh, it's Bernie Wrightson. You've been hitting the Bernie Wrightson signatures
No,
like
dude.
hell lately. Man, just wow.
Yeah,
Marvel
LG's just he just loves rubbing it into me. That's like
Yeah, yeah.
Wolfman,
He'll marinate your ass.
Gold, Marvel,
he's like, look at this, Shadow.
What?
Oh wait, Shadow, look at this, fucker.
and Gold.
Okay, there's something in gold. What did you say?
Marv Wolfman.
Oh, Marv Wolfman in gold. Okay.
Oh, clap for the wolf man.
Shadowhawk, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think I can answer it. It was Lynn Wynn, right? That did the first Swamp Thing though in House
The writer?
He's
Yeah,
The writer.
this
Yeah.
too.
yeah,
Yeah, he signed it.
yeah. It was
Right.
Bernie and Len were the original. After that,
Yeah.
there's a few
That's
people
it.
come and gone.
Ooh, look at that one.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
signed by him. What's the second signature there?
Frank Bruner.
Oh, Frank Bruner signed it too.
Damn. That's awesome now. How
It's-
pretty the colors on that still are. Damn.
Oh, look, I ain't rubbing it in. I'm just sharing it. I'm just
I
so
know,
lucky.
man. I'm just playing with
character-
you, brother. I'm just
Man,
jealous.
I wrote-
That's all, man. I wish I had some of this stuff.
Oh, I wrote down all the information I could about where they came from and about them and all that stuff, man. He
My
sent
God,
me
Wow.
all
that's a book.
articles
damn,
and
dude.
stuff,
You
and I got all.
I know,
This
man.
probably
I can't get him to say 2 words, but it was right at home.
LG ain't fucking around when it comes to descriptions on the back of them books, though. Damn.
I guess. But then, he'll go and list something on eBay and it'll say, what you see is what you get. Damn.
Picture tells 1,000 words.
Yeah. You keep trying to sell that.
That's awesome. That's because he don't really want to sell none of it.
No.
I'm not in a hurry.
He's not in a hurry. Shit.
See?
Till he is. Till he is. You know, till he really
Yeah,
wants to
till
sell
I-
something. Then it's like, well, I wish we'd sell something this month. It's been slow. Well, maybe some more pertinent information in your descriptions, you know, or I guarantee you I've sold some of my comics because I've put the print run in there. People like that information. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll buy that. Sure.
Yeah.
Guarantee you
Low
that's the
print
only
run.
reason I've sold it. Because they know it's a low
Yeah.
print run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was probably crazy for selling it, you know, at that price.
Well, we all are, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, we just got to snowball it into some money. Shadowhawk was busting me out, and Glenn's been busting me out. We're gonna have to get on that Adler book. You're gonna have to
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
either bring them, or I'm gonna have to drive over to you or something, and get those, because I can get them scanned here in town for free. Won't cost us anything. But we need to get those Adlers scanned so that we can do the book. Glenn's been on
you
my
boys
ass
need
every
to
time
get
he
on
sees me.
this, man. Johnny, you guys get that produced and
Oh, you shaved your
get that out
mustache.
there
You
on
trimmed it.
Amazon and through Glenn's channels and stuff. Both of you guys will have, you know, a nice little extra income to do anything else you want to do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, all we got to do is crowdfund one of those books and we'll be in like Flint.
Well, hell yeah, bro.
What?
I said I can do whatever I want to do right now.
Well, that's true too. Well,
Now
I
that
mean,
is rubbing it in. There you go. Well, I'll just tell him the
Trying to
deal's
do.
off. I'll just tell him the deal's off and we'll do it some other lifetime.
Did I say that?
Pretty much.
Well, that's cold blooded, man.
I thought so. I thought so. And why did you say it?
I didn't. You said it.
Oh, I must have mid-heard. Okay. Mid-heard.
said-
Mid-heard. I must have
Oh,
mid-heard.
all right, both of y'all. I
must
gotta
have
play
mid-heard.
referee again over here. What the fuck?
That's right. Fight. You know, like the
My
CG
God,
drama
yeah.
at its best.
Mortal Kombat. Fight.
Fight. Right. You are the weakest link.
Perfect. Mortality.
Body blow. Body blow.
Duck, duck. You remember that? The old,
That's the
oh,
Jack Adler photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you can only show this stuff so many times. Very interesting,
good
but
luck.
yeah, we've seen.
I got that thing on the back. What?
Yeah, it looks like a stat, or
Yeah.
almost like a silver print.
I think that's what it is.
mm-hmm.
Maybe you got that cap at graduation because you did graduate. You know,
Yeah, I did.
We graduated.
1986.
he graduated and got his degree and went into teaching.
Wait,
Yeah,
where
I
did
came
you
here,
graduate from, Els?
with Rex.
Arkansas State University, where we both went and met.
Oh, okay.
Here in town.
Proud Indian Joe.
Yeah, Jumping Joe.
Proud Jumping
Jumping
Joe.
Joe the Indian. Yeah.
Have they changed the mascot
Yes, they
yet?
have. Now it's Red Wolf. Yep.
They don't want you being no Indian, man.
We
You
had
gotta
the
be a
Chickasaw.
No, man. Yeah, them engines are crazy, man.
The whole, every
You
building
get,
was
you
like,
know, you give them a little fire water and things get wild.
we used to meet at the Wigwam and have refreshments, and there was a Chickasaw building. They were all named after it. Yeah.
Wolf Cave or something.
Oh yeah, dude. You remember back in the day that there were Boy Scouts and there were Indian guides. There
Okay.
used. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys remember Indian guides or not. Maybe that was just more up here.
Now you were a Boy Scout, weren't you, Shadow?
I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout.
Okay.
I was going to become an Eagle Scout and do all that shit. But then
You used,
I discovered hot girls in high school, and I kind of
uh-huh.
lost my interest for the Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Admit, Shadow, I was glad I was in the Cub Scouts and then in the Boy Scouts for as long as I was, because I learned a lot of cool stuff, you know, about
Oh yeah,
outdoors and stuff.
I learned a ton of cool stuff,
And then
man. But
when I grew up like you, man, there's more fun things to do than this.
oh hell yeah. I just messed up and ended up having a baby when I was like 16, so I had to get responsible right away.
Oh, who hasn't?
Yeah, who hasn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah. Well,
But,
Elsie didn't. He was
well,
married and
Rex even went the next step. He adopted someone else's children when he was just a
I sure
young
did.
idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 children.
Two
Which
of them. Yeah.
that's like two steps into crazy. I only took one step into
I know. I
fucking.
had 3 kids all of a sudden. I was like, dang. Woo.
You're legally responsible
It
for all 3 of those children.
went from just by himself to woo 3 kids. I was
Yeah. And then the
Yeah,
next woman I got with, I had two boys.
damn,
You know.
dude. That's yeah.
And one
that's
Life
of
a
them
is
was
battle.
crazy.
and one of them was slightly disabled, you know. And this kid was 6'5" at age 16. He was a giant.
Damn, that's a big boy.
Wow. I done got him into basketball, man. See, come on, dude.
Again, he was slow, reflexes slow,
Oh,
mentally somewhat,
Yeah,
you
he probably
know.
couldn't play
He
basketball.
he wasn't
you
really
never
coordinated.
know.
That was his young
Never
brother that
know.
was sort of short, you know, and the runt, you know.
Well, that
I
might be
kid
the
you,
one good thing we could do. You never know.
I kid you not. Josh, it's one of his hands was almost, if not as big as both of mine put together. I kid you not. He was 6'5" at age 16. He had hands like a catcher mitts.
Monster.
He was,
Yeah,
yeah, he was a monster, man. Yeah.
he was a
Now
big kid,
Revis,
man.
he was younger and he was a short guy and took after his father and not his grandfather. His grandfather, their grandfather was the giant. He was like 6'5" himself.
Oh well.
And but now Revis, he was the one that was always good in sports and stuff. You know, he was top of the line. You know, he was bouncing off the walls, man. He was hyper boy. He loved to go out and mix it up and do things. You know,
Right, right.
I believe he's fire chief over there now.
Oh well,
Fire
that's
chief. That's
awesome.
Hmm. Last time I heard, I don't know if he's still in that or not, but he was fire chief. Uh, the next town over.
Yeah, that's
Which, you know,
cool.
believe me, it's a small community and there's not much going on. So it's probably not that bad probably not that bad a job to have, actually. That's cool. Little dragon puppet. Puppet
Yeah.
master.
Nice, soft, and
Silicone. Probably silicone.
yeah.
Yeah. Scary
Almost looks like a
dragon hand.
almost looks like a
Hey,
werewolf.
Timothy.
Like yeah. Oh.
And this is my friend Elsie.
How's it going?
How's it going? You realize this time next year will be 40 years
40 years.
that we've known each other this time next year. One more year, because I met you in 85, in May of 85, somewhere around there.
Anyway,
I think it was Charles that might have introduced us. I don't know.
What I think was you was just hanging out with him, and you came on over when he came over and saw me. You just came with him. I met you. You
Yeah.
know,
Was that at the trailer?
probably.
Probably at the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you even met Susie at the trailer.
Because I knew Charles before I knew you. Because I had
That's what
seen
I'm
him
saying.
walking around campus. You know how Charles was. He's kind
You
of
met
stood
Susie.
out.
Susie came to see me at that trailer, and you were over.
Yep. In fact, she
Yeah.
asked me if about a year or so ago. She says she thought she'd catch me on that. She almost had a smile on her face, and she was like, "Do you remember the first time you met me?" And I told her, and I said, "Who was your friend with you?" I even remembered her friend, but not his name, you know. And she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, surprise! You do remember? I do remember. Yep, sure do." When did you send that from PayPal? I'm just wondering. The 150. When did you send that?
That evening or the
That
next
evening?
morning
Okay.
or the next morning.
All right.
It was real soon. As soon as I got it, as soon as I was able to sit down and
Well,
go.
I know it takes about
You know,
4 days processing, so I'm just
ain't
wondering.
come in,
If it, perhaps it did, and I just haven't.
man. You need to be able to pull that up on your computer, man.
I do.
See
Yeah.
everything,
It's just
see it
handy. I can
all.
go over there in person and say hi and whatnot. It's
I
not
can
that
do
big a
that
deal to
too, but
cross the street.
look at it any time and know what's going on
I
anytime.
know, and they
There's
close down for the weekends. They're not open on Saturdays. I know.
God, I got a brain cramp. Sorry.
You
a
do?
brain.
Oh my. You want me to
And my
massage your
daughter
side?
wanted to come down here and talk to me again. It's like,
Oh,
she makes my
What does she
brain
need
hurt.
to talk to you
she
Just,
makes my brain.
just
about? She
silly,
want to talk to you about
stupid.
art? Art?
No, just silly, stupid shit, Elsie. Oh
Ask
my
her
god.
color
It,
theory.
uh,
Shadow,
uh,
ask her if she'd like to learn some color theory.
Oh my god.
You don't think that's a good idea?
you, you just,
At this moment, probably not.
Elsie,
So
both of my daughters are natural artists. They can
that's a
both
lot.
draw incredibly well. I mean, Rex is
Great.
seen,
You know what, Shadow? I've
but
learned this much about being an artist. If you can't draw, I mean, yeah, you can paint, but if you can't draw, you can't really say you're going to take it to the next level until you can master drawing, whatever it is, whether it's abstract or
well, yeah,
realism.
because
Person ought to be able to capture fairly realistic,
well, I mean,
situations.
most like portraits or whatever, painting portraits and stuff start off as sketches. So,
Oh yeah,
if you
they
can't draw, then I
draw
mean,
to make
there are exceptions to every
but
rule, obviously, but
for the first, I'd say 29 years until I got to ASU over there at Rex, I didn't
mm,
use color. I drew pencil, pen, and ink. That's all. And I
yeah,
drew everything I could draw. And, I drew life. That was what I did. And,
mm,
then later on when I got to college, I learned, well, hey, I was seeing people, if you can draw, man, you can paint. 'Cause they're just letting us go at it. They're
well,
not
yeah, I
handing
mean, but
over
but but again,
a brush.
I think that's the whole point. You learned how to draw first, and therefore you had a basis of learning how to paint.
And let me tell
You
you
know what I
another
mean?
thing you remember in this, because I've talked to my grandchildren. I said, look, of course, you got children, and I talk to them mine too. The hardest thing about being an artist is to remain one. Every child is an artist, but to to remain an artist is very hard in this world.
Yeah, it's easy to give up.
Really, it really is. That's what Picasso said. He said the
Hmm.
hardest thing in the world because you're going to go through times of suffering. You're going to have to give up things to things. You know, I remember you have. I remember when I was teaching, I had to make time to paint. I didn't just, oh well, I got all. You know, I if I want to
Oh
paint,
hell
I
yeah,
had
dude.
half an hour, an hour. I'm gonna paint, and I did. You know, and,
Hmm.
sometimes night I'd be up at late at night. Just Rex knows he was up. We was up all hours, man. And when I was younger, I can't do that
Oh yeah.
now.
Back when I was, serious and like
We were
was
kidding.
thinking about being a comic book artist when I, young, I would just cut myself off from everybody for a couple of days while I worked on a project, just because I
Well,
wanted to
see,
do the
you know,
absolute best I could do.
I
I
wish
wouldn't talk
that
to nobody.
to me, art is not that way to me. Art has to be almost public. I have to have people around me. The more people
No, I
around
mean
me,
while I was making it, LZ. You know what I'm saying? I don't
we're
wanna I
doing
don't
what
wanna have I don't wanna have
I'm
people
gonna
around me talking to me and shit while I'm
oh yeah,
trying to draw.
well, that's where it was different. I'd set up at a park and I'd have kids hanging all over me, and I'd be charging, $5 a head. I'd be
Oh
doing
no shit.
wash.
See dude, I don't think I could do that, man. I think it would be too much of a distraction for me.
Good, not everybody could, but I found it fun. I was a teacher up in school, so why not do it there?
And I'm
Set up
right the
with the parents.
opposite. I don't want to do commissioned work like that. I don't want to
Well,
do a whole lot of work
well, I
for a
mean,
lot
but
of
you know
nothing.
what? That kind of attitude is like perfect for like doing like caricatures and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Where you deal with the public, and I mean, I
Man,
ain't
all a
never.
parent had to
I,
do, tell you something, all that parent had to do is look at what I was doing, and their kids stood in line. I don't care if it's 30 minutes or whatever. They stood in line because I was giving
yeah.
them away. I
Wow.
was
I mean,
having fun.
obviously, dude, you were
It was
doing
more
nice
for the
stuff,
kids.
or people wouldn't have
Well,
waited
it
around.
was the kids. It was really fun because they made it fun.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And
Yeah,
that's when I first came here. I didn't know anybody. I figured I'd get
I
to know
just don't.
people.
I've never been, dude. I'm not quick. I'm very slow. I'm very critical of myself. I'll redraw shit like fucking 8, 10 times before I'm happy with it. Uh, I'm not one of these guys that just grabs a pencil and throws out a sketch. I mean, I can do cartoon characters and stuff like that. Just off the
Sure.
top of my head, do Snoopy or like something cute and funny or whatever for somebody. But like if
Well,
I'm trying to do a superhero or like I was really into Conan as a kid, so all my original like comic book
yeah.
art was Conan stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was reading those
And
big
dude,
magazines.
I would draw and redraw, draw.
You're like me. I'd get those hard books, man. I'd get all kind. I'd be drawing. I'd open them up. I could care less sometimes what it said. I would be drawing everything in there. I was
Oh, dude,
loving it.
my 8th grade project in junior high school was a 24 by 36 poster size reproduction of a Conan panel from one of the Savage Sword of Conan books, and it
Cool.
was him protecting a half-naked maiden on a stairway, and there were like these winged demons that
Wow.
he was having to, keep away from her. There was a couple of dead ones on the stairs with a bunch of blood running down the stairs, and another one that he was just sticking his sword into. And oh yeah, dude, I mean, I got an amazing grade on it. My teacher loved me. She was like, "This is fucking so cool." And somehow or another, in one of my moves back and forth across the country, I lost that some bitch. Zombie
I was able to
barbarian.
run from that.
Brains.
I said, what's
Sue.
up, bro?
I love you, Sue. Please
Yeah,
love my orange blocky penis. Oh, sorry. I gotta laugh out of here, Rex. Come on. It's just his facial expression. He looks like he's like pleading. Oh, please, Sue.
Please, Alicia.
Oh, I forgot about Alicia.
Yeah. Alicia
And
left
she was
out in the rain.
blind, and she still dumped his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. For Johnny. Did that ever make sense to you?
Oh, ouch! Ooh,
Yeah.
that's gotta sting.
That's gonna leave a mark. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta sting.
And
Poor old Ben. Poor
I
old
think-
Ben, man. He's
I
been
think-
shit on since day one by Marvel.
I know it, and Reed's all the time saying, I'm gonna find a cure for you. I'm gonna find a cure for you.
Yeah, he does all this other amazing bullshit, but he's never been able to cure Ben yet.
Well, my theory on that is it has altered his DNA, and so much time has went by, the damage is probably irreversible. Hey, guy from Red Bank.
Okay, well, here's my theory on that. Is if you turn the Thing back into Ben Grimm, he no longer has any super fucking powers. He
Right.
no longer belongs in the Fantastic Four. What are you gonna make him?
All right.
Like
Bruce
Barbara
Dixon,
Gordon, he's back at home base watching the computer monitors and going, "There's something going on in the city."
Yeah. I mean, he's
Right.
basically pretty useless.
If he's not the Thing anymore, then what the fuck purpose does he serve?
Yeah. I gotta agree with that.
You gotta bring in Robbie the fucking robot, which is just lame and horrible.
Well, don't pick on Robbie now. Come on. That's like
The Robbie's terrible, man. Fuck Robbie.
Got milk.
And he didn't even replace the Thing. He replaced the Torch because fire bad. What book is? Wait a minute. What magazine is?
Got milk.
What magazine is this, Rex? I can't see the top of it. Go. Maximum Security. Is this a comic or is this a?
Yeah, it's a comic, and this is the ad on the back.
Oh, okay.
Got milk. All got white mustaches.
Oh, good lord! Yeah, I remember when that was going on.
It's pretty neat. I've actually got the trade paperback. It's got Ego in it, the Living Planet.
Oh wow,
This
That's
is
a
Jerry Orway cover.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never seen that one. Excuse.
I think Jerry Orway might have did the interiors. Looking at it, I think so. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this double page spread.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Let me blow that up a little bit.
Sort of the Shi'ar and Skrull Empire, or whatever. Shi'ar
Yeah,
Empire out of
that's
X-Men.
good. That's
Yeah.
cool, bro.
Yeah, it's worth a read. I've got the
It's worth a weed.
it's worth some weed. Yeah, I'll trade you.
Worse than we-
I got the eighth of an ounce. I'll send you right now. No.
Leave me alone.
Don't pick on Rick.
So I can't talk.
Oh, it's all right, Rex. Everybody knows you're from Arkansas.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, Els.
going for well.
Damn it. I'm on my own over here, man. I'm getting ready to get cornered.
Yeah.
I'm from Missouri, living in Tennessee.
Oh, damn. You're from Misery?
Show me, brother. Show me. Show me, and I can do it.
I'd live anywhere except Misery. Ooh. Look at that. Is that John Byrne Wolverine? Oh! You got the shiny one.
He does too. He's just not catching the same thing.
Yeah.
Why is yours so much? Oh, maybe it's just the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hardback.
Yeah, it's hardback. Yeah, I mean, look at the cut of this.
Oh yeah, these
It's
are the
slanted.
these are the 3D ones. You showed me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where'd you guys find these? Ollie's or something?
Walmart.
Walmart.
And wherever they were, I grew.
I'll bet you, dude. I gotta go check my Ollie's. I bet you they might have those fucking things.
I doubt it. It's an old book.
Yeah.
Only
You'd
that.
be surprised what Ollie's got, dude.
Well, you try, man. I mean, I wouldn't dissuade you. It's a good book.
They got tons of old Marvel and a lot of Marvel, not so much DC, but a little bit DC, but like probably 70% Marvel. Like graphic novels from like 2006 until now. They've got tons of them.
Any suggestions if I go to the comic shop?
Dude, I haven't been to a comic shop in so many years. I couldn't. I'd say look for some bags and boards if you're lucky.
That's what I'm gonna get.
Dude, I'm just gonna start ordering them online. Although I think tomorrow I'm gonna actually venture out. I haven't been. There's one comic shop that I know is still owned by the same people.
Free comic book day tomorrow. Free comics.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
So tomorrow it's like a 40-minute drive for me. But I'm gonna drive out there for a free comic book day and go buy some bags and boards and maybe some card sleeves and some other things.
What are you calling card sleeves? What is a card sleeve?
Hard or soft?
Well, I'd like to get probably another 15 or 20 top loaders.
Top loaders, yeah.
But I also like the pages that you put into a 3-ring binder. I want to get those as well. I need more of those. I'm running out of slots in my.
Good cards. Best to put them in a hard plastic, click together.
I believe that's a Tom Sutton cover.
Yeah, if you got a really nice card, you put it in a top loader, and
That's a nice book.
Tom Sutton cover.
But like regular card sets and things like that, I'll do the like the vinyl pages. You get nine cards per page on a 3-ring binder. Standard size trading cards. And you just, if you put them in a binder like that, in those little sleeves or whatever you want to call them, they're gonna be in great shape.
Sure.
Look at this one, Elsie.
Hot stuff. The little devil. Hey, little devil. It's cute.
I like those. I can just remember reading those. When I have them, I want to give them to kids.
Well,
kids enjoy comics.
I'll tell you, Elsie, I was thinking about you while I was doing these. this is what got me, got some supplies in, and these needed boarding, bagging anyway. I was thinking about what you said, you buy the little pony and stuff, and you've got some of these, mighty mascots. Give them mighty mascots. Or something like that. Some of Keith Gleason's old ones, and he'll sign them for you. Whatever. I mean, most of these are signed by him, But kids would love mighty mascots.
I think mostly everything I've gotten from Keith is signed.
Yeah. I mean, all mine are basically, pretty much signed. He's happy to sign this stuff. Get them mighty mascots, man.
While we're
even have variant alternative covers,
while we're handy, here we go. Share my screen.
Okay.
What you got?
And big. These are mighty mascot sketch cards.
It's wild how she got that boxer bear to stand out almost 3-dimensional on that.
I know. Is that not beautiful? That's and then beautiful. There's a couple of them that she did like really cute. Yeah, they're like.
Very
and
talented.
that's all Amy. That's Keith White. Yeah. But fucking beautiful stuff, man. I love these guys.
My best hope of escape is
over. I support them.
Guy from Red Bank says, "Damn, I'll be at work tomorrow." I know. I often miss Free Comic Book Day. I think if we do Rex Hex and Apex, it's going to be like at 11. That's usually when the store opens up. You want to get there if you want to get the good stuff before it's gone or whatever. I just want some freebies. I don't know if they're going to do some freebies or not. I mean, one of ours, you would have to like purchase the free comic books, in like bundles or something. It was, I think Elsie went to me with some of those are years ago, but they weren't giving away anything free. They had the books.
My store, she'll give me one every one. God. Here you go.
So you need to go then.
That's what she said.
Because they've got some good ones. They've got Flash Gordon this year and, some other good books coming out.
I don't know. The last time I went to a Free Comic Book Day, it was, oh God.
Anybody like games?
It had been maybe 10 years ago or something. My older daughter, I think, was only like 15 or 16 at the time.
3 women out there. Andy Gibb poster. Andy Gibb.
I found a really cool. It was like an old school looking art Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Looked really cool, so I grabbed that for her. I grabbed some Harley Quinn stuff that they had, Batman, whatever. Brought them home, gave them to my daughter, and then she was like, "Oh, if you just want to keep these, I don't think I want them." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Why, is there something wrong with them?" She's like, "Nah, I just don't really care, and I know you collect comics, so maybe you can sell them later or something."
Mm-hmm.
So I sat down and read these things, and they're fucking absolutely horrible.
You should have no problem selling them.
Well, it's Free Comic Book Day. You're not going to have a problem selling them for free.
Well, now some people resell those,
I've got some.
I bought some on eBay, the Free Comic Book Day, because I miss them,
Oh God. Well, okay. I mean, I guess I could try to resell them.
I mean, you're not gonna get much more.
No, you're not.
Dude, I wouldn't even want to fucking voice these things on somebody. There's somebody out there that actually wants one. and
Right.
you're
Right.
willing to pay like $1 for it, I will send it to you.
Right. I will show you pity. Yeah.
If you actually like this crap, I will send it to you for $1. Fucking. I don't
have
know
no
why
idea
you.
why
I
they
don't know
are.
why you would want it, but I mean, but if you do, we can certainly make a deal.
Now you're sounding like Solomon Grundy. I got some swamp land I'll sell you.
Yeah, on the beach.
It's only mostly swamp. There's a little bit of land.
You remember in the Super Friends cartoon, Elsie, where meanwhile back at the Legion of Doom and they were always in the swamp? Yeah, Solomon Grundy must have told Lex Luthor some land. I got some land for you.
Me and Rex came up with that earlier. Solomon Grundy was the realtor on that deal. He was like, I have land.
Look at this, guys. This has got to be one of the smallest authority codes ever printed on a cover. Right there, right in the corner, too, man.
Oh, that thing is dinky. Look at
It's
that.
dinky. It is small.
And it's not even colored white to
No,
make it.
it's right there in the corner, just stamped. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually they would make them white. You know, it doesn't matter what.
I got some back in the 40s. Postage
Wow.
stamp.
Code
This is,
violation.
oh wow. And you know what's wild about this? You open it up and the splash page is an ad. Have you ever seen that?
What?
Hey DVB. You open it up and it's Sea Monkey.
On the back of the front page?
No, the front page.
The
I've
splash
seen
page.
it. I've seen it on the back. I've
The
never seen it
splash
on the.
page. The splash
Yeah.
page is
No, that's not
Sea
the
Monkey.
splash page. That's the
Cover.
interior.
Open up
Right.
the cover.
Rex, that's the interior of the front cover. The splash page. Oh, it is Sea Monkeys. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Wait a minute. Show me that one more time.
Okay.
Monkey
Cover.
was the face of
Cover. Right. We got cover and we got back cover. Right?
I thought it was the Sea Monkeys on the interior of the cover, but it's not.
Open it
Oh.
up. First page. Sea Monkey ad.
There's ads on the
Sideways too.
Yeah, and it's
It's
full
sideways.
page. It's full
Yep.
splash page.
Yep. And then you
Holy shit, dude, that's wild.
and page 2 and 3 here. 2 is an ad as well for the Richie Rich TV cartoon. And then you go into the book. And
Oh,
there's
damn.
and on page 3 there's the indica. But you start off with Sea Monkey.
That's cool.
That's fucking crazy. So cool.
Sorry about flaking on stream with you a couple weeks ago, Rick. Oh, no problem. Let's put something else up on those DVD if you don't mind.
I think some guys selling them comic books.
Oh, got Hostess Twinkie. Richie Rich.
Hey,
There,
DB, good to see you. Guy from Red Bank, good to see you. Timothy, oh, it's good to see you, my
Isn't
friend.
that cool though? How many books have you ever seen that opens up with an ad and it's that iconic Sea Monkeys ad?
That's
worth-
crazy, dude.
That's worth collecting
That's
this book just for that, you know.
I remember that like classic Sea Monkey pose and everything back from when I
Oh
was
yeah,
like 9.
folks,
I don't
it's
know.
brine shrimp. Okay, it's not sea
Yeah,
monkeys.
that's
It's
all they
brine
are. They're
shrimp.
brine shrimp. They're not
Yeah.
little tiny sea
Yeah.
people. They
Yeah.
don't make
Mhm.
castles. And
And if you want to get you a copy, it's Devil Kids starring Hot Stuff, the Little Devil, a Harvey Comics issue 101.
they
One of the
basically just
smallest.
kind of swim around in little corkscrews until they die.
And you're
They're just
pecking on
trying
the
to
glass
make
going, woohoo,
the
hello.
just trying to make the devil seem hard. He's just comic book.
Poor little things. Although they do make good fish bait or fish food.
I don't see how you stick it on a hook.
No, you scoop them out. I used to feed them to my piranhas.
Oh, okay.
Scoop up
You
the
have
sea
some
monkeys and then yeah, I raised red bellies, Amazon piranhas for like about 10 or 12 years. They're fun.
I didn't see what year that was, but I can look
They're
up the
they're
age.
very gentle fish, dude. I could stick my hand down in the tank and pet them, hold
Wow.
on to them and shit. They
That's
wouldn't.
after they've been fed, though, right?
Well, I would never starve my animals, right?
Well, no, but
They were always fed.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't have to worry about a feeding schedule because I just kept a certain amount of fish in the tank with them,
Hold up, Elsie. I'd like to talk about that one when I get a chance.
you know.
But
And when the inventory got a little low, I would add a couple more fish.
so, do you have any information on the back of that? Like maybe late 50s?
Well, you know,
1959.
I'm out here, boys, at sleep.
You going to
Fine,
sleep?
very fine.
Are you going to bed? I guess he is. He's going to bed. Well, I don't know. It's not a work night for him, but he's got to stay on schedule. Probably got to deal with that teenager. So, what was this now?
This is 1959. I believe it's number 15. Fine, very fine.
Okay.
James Arness.
Yeah,
Photo
high
cover.
grade. Yeah. Early picture of him because he looks real young there. Gunsmoke, cool. Yes. You taking them out hard. I've got one printing of that. I don't know. They made I think the last printing of that book was 1971. They printed it several times, the Frankenstein, going all the way back to the 40s. But the last time they printed that was actually 1971. I might even have the 71 copy of it. I don't know. Mine might be older. The thing about those classic illustrated, they had multiple printings. Yeah, I might even have that. Well, that's one of the last issues, I think, right there. 100
The
pages.
Adler.
Yeah.
Adler.
Okay, that's probably why it looks familiar. Yeah, Joe Kubert cover. Yeah, I started off with one of those 100 pagers. I think it was a 60 cents instead of 50, but yeah, I love those things. Simply because it introduced me to the Legion of Superheroes. They were awesome stories in there. Shazam, another one. Those are big, thick babies, 100 pages. Yeah, I'm sorry that Walmart did away with the 100 pagers, but they had those for a couple of years, and I think I collected every one except that special 80th anniversary Batman. I'm gonna have to get that just to complete my collection. That I have the Adler too. You gave me the Adler approval cover to that Jack Kirby cover for one of my Christmas presents one year. I think that's the only Kirby Adler I've got. I don't know if you have any.
The collection.
Might be the only one that we have, in the collection. Frankenstein Monsters, always called Frankenstein, laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Frankenstein monster. Frankenstein was actually the creator. Yeah. Yeah, there you got Fly Man, Fly Girl, The Hood, Comet Man, The Shield, First Patriotic Hero, Mighty Crusaders. Yep. Rich Buckler and others brought them back in the early 80s. I was showing some of those the other night. And DC now owns those characters. Yeah, it's probably 50s for sure. I've got some of those new funnies like those are Andy Panda, Woody Woodpecker, Walter Lance characters. Hell yeah. 52 pages.
Right.
Yeah, very nice. Yep. Looks like you might have that one in a Mylar.
I do have, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well take care of it. It's that old.
LZ, you want to see an old one? Old one?
Who?
1945. Oh, yeah, Huckleberry. Some of those got real thick, man, in the early 60s, mid 60s. They were real thick books.
Sure, man. I'll look at anything.
DVB says cool stuff. There you go. Check this out. Variety Comics, the spice of comics. Each issue contains a variety of new and original features. In this issue, education, jungle adventure, action, mystery, humor. It's the second appearance of Captain Valor. He's right there in the middle of this cover. Second appearance of Captain Valor on a cover. This is issue 2. It's a Marvin Stein cover. 1945 Crichton Publications. I just liked it for the logo and everything, and that it had the presidents here on it. But it does have the superhero there in the middle. There we go. Get the glare off of it. Variety Comics, number 2. 1945 Crichton Publication. Captain Valiant there. Captain Valiant. He probably was only in Variety Comics 2 or 3 issues, you know. Not sure on that.
It's still there, man.
What now?
I said, you're lucky it still exists.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you know, LZ? I did not know this. That what was that? Oh, Fantastic Four, yeah. That's a Walt Simonson cover. Did you know, Elsie, if you'll take a second just to chill, bookmark it or something. The Treasury editions, the large treasuries like this, and I just happen to have one at hand, actually, 2.
Yeah.
There were Whitman variants that said Whitman by the price.
Yeah.
Did you know that? They had Whitman variants of these things. I did not know that till yesterday.
I have a Superman Muhammad Ali Whitman variant.
Okay. All right. But did you actually know it was a variant?
No. I didn't.
Okay.
I thought that's the way it was.
Right. Now, if you see Whitman on it, it's a variant. That means it was sold different way, you know, packaged different, sold different, retail, something. We kind of looked at it as Whitman reprint, so they weren't valued at all 40 years ago, and now they're like, oh, variant, yeah, they're worth some money. Nobody ever talks about modern comics. Modern comics did that on a smaller scale too. Whitman, though, did the Big Little books as well. So they have some, they go way back. So Yeah, I've got a Whitman here, an early Whitman. I'm not sure what year. Oh, 25 cents. So mid 70s. Here's a Magnus Robot Fighter Whitman variant. And this is what we're talking about, the Whitman symbol there.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise it would be Gold Key Comics. This is the Whitman variant of it.
Here's your Rick and Morty.
Couldn't give a shit about that, but you know, some people love it. Omnipress, okay. Omnipress is doing what are they going to do? What did I announce Omnipress was going to do? Can't remember now. Me, what do you mean? I'm not scheduled. I'm doing a meetup tonight. Is that what do you mean? Tomorrow. Ooh, okay, had to respond to that one. He was a little confused.
We weren't confusing him, were we?
Apparently I was.
Would you tell him?
Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
I found this very interesting. Let me downsize that. Okay. Yeah, I'm missing them. You're showing them, but I'm missing them. That's
Come on,
cool.
Just leave
Oh, I
it
know.
up here a while you tell
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's cool. I always love Muttley. Did you know, Elsie? Check this out.
Dehydration check. To see how dehydrated are you have to squeeze your fingertip right here, and if it goes back down, you're hydrated. If you squeeze it and it stays up like this, you're dehydrated.
This is known as the skin pinch or the skin turgor test. When you're well hydrated, your skin has greater elasticity and it quickly returns to its original shape after you pinch it. On the other hand, dehydration leads to decreased skin elasticity and a slower return to normal.
Very cool. Now, I did that test, and someone else I sent that to did that today, and I am dehydrated according to that because mine stays up when I pinch it.
For how long?
Well, I mean, eventually it'll go down, but you know, you can see it's staying up there. I'm dehydrated, slightly dehydrated. Hanna-Barbera, yeah. Muttley rules.
Mine pinches up, but it goes down.
Okay, well, if it goes down fairly quickly, you know, you're hydrated. But if you know, that's cool because you can do that every day. If you know the trick, you can do that every day and see if you're hydrated or dehydrated, just right there at the knuckle. It's a cool test, you know, to see how hydrated you are.
If you're out in the heat, you know.
Huh?
It's good
Oh,
to know
out in
if
the
you're
heat.
out in the heat.
Oh, definitely during the summer. Yeah. I found
How
that.
long we gonna stream, buddy?
Okay. That's signed to
No.
say good night, all. Ready to go off. I don't know. As long as it, you know, I don't
Good night, all.
I don't know how long you're gonna stream. I was gonna I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't have a
How
plan.
much? Yeah, I'm glad you let me in on it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's cool. I'm glad.
Man, these have gotten splattered. These are in lower shape, but yeah, some of the EC reprints.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've shown those to you or not, but pretty neat. Just I've been doing some cleaning and lower grade, ones. There's ones that were sitting around, didn't have boards and bags and whatnot. So I'm just trying to get organized a little bit, some like Space Patrol. Sort of Nomad with a Man Thing cover. And a nice George Perez. It's got a Masters of the Universe. It's lower condition, but it's a George Perez Justice League of America 208.
Cool,
Nice,
yeah. I like
nice
that
Perez
cover.
Atom Bomb
Like that.
exploding cover. And I've got you showed some of those. This is actually a trade paperback of those issues of the one Watchmen character, but it's foreign. It's a foreign version. Don't know where it got it, but it's foreign. Portuguese maybe, or I'm not even sure. But you can admire the artwork anyway. It's Andy Kubert artwork with Joe Kubert on the inks with J. Michael Straczynski that wrote Babylon 5 and wrote some Spider-Man and some other comics. It's got some nudity in it. Just looking through there. Interesting. That one needs a boarding bag. Anyway, we'll get back to it.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming on, Elsie. Appreciate it. Showing some of your collection.
Brother.
Yeah, I just
Cool.
Iron Shadow talked about having a stream, impromptu stream. He was asking what was going on. There's plenty going on. I mean, there's closeouts, there's launches, there's always something going on. On Fridays,
Sure.
a lot of people, as in He-Man, yes. It's got a 16-page He-Man Masters of the Universe. Back in the day, they would do the little 16-page previews, kind of a comic within a comic. I like that. I want to bring that back. I think that's cool. Yeah, because they did the new Teen Titans and DC Comics Presents that way. They did Arak, Son of Thunder, I think, in Warlord that way. There were some other, like maybe OMAC or just different titles that they did that way. They did Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew in Teen Titans that way. So it's just pretty cool, those 16-page previews. I think they did Atari Force that way in one book. That was Garcia Lopez cover. Yeah. Oh, I have 400 subs now. Way to go, man. Did I hit 400? I was at 399 earlier. Wow, we just kind of keep growing. You don't want to make in fact, look here, Elsie, I had pulled up. So according to DVB, it's changed. The channel analytics here, you will see 399 right there very clearly. So let's back this thing up and let's watch it change. Very cool. So I'll go to the home page and then I'll go down here to YouTube Studio again and just click on that again. And there you go. Wow, 400. There we go.
All right.
Very cool. This is how you read this. We had, on the 4 o'clock shadow today, Elsie, we had 32 views. Average duration, very good out of the millions of channels that people could watch. Average watch time was over 19 minutes. We had 10 as a high number. Our views are up 2,000.1. Our watch hours is down all of a sudden a little bit, but still quite hefty. We've added 6 new people in the last 28 days. That may be 7 now. 400 new subscribers. Wow. I'll keep talking about comics, and maybe that total will keep going up because people
There you go.
love comics around here. Hopefully they do. And yes, we do have a comic book for you up on Fund My Comic. Yay! Yes, yay!
Everybody,
Rising streaming.
make
Kick
sure
from
you,
the slums.
make sure you
Rip
keep
testify.
collecting.
Huh?
Sure you keep collecting.
Okay. Els is ready to
Right.
go, so we're going to get out of here. DVB, it's always good to see you. Lurch, it's good to see you. Guy from Red Bank, it's always good to see you. All you other people that hit the chat, Timothy Olsen, Tree Goblin, Gable Pennyshot, every one of you, 6480. Huh?
So have a good weekend.
Absolutely. And it's just beginning. Yeah. I'm going to go clean, organize, do something productive.
Been
How about
doing
you,
laundry
Elsie?
all
You're going to do laundry?
I already have. Been doing it all day.
Oh,
Now
okay.
I'll probably end up organizing like you're saying.
Okay. You didn't want to
Yeah.
sit here and organize, huh? Do it online.
Sit
That's
here
all
and
I'm doing is piddling.
I have to leave. And then, you know,
Right.
it would be more than just a book out of here and a book out of there. It'd be more like moving.
Got it.
This
Yeah, I
crate
need to
and
get
this
up and move
crate.
around too. Anyway, and we have been
Yeah.
streaming over 2 hours, so
Yeah,
glad
you
we
did
could do
good.
this.
Yeah.
Thank you, DVB, for good to see you. For pointing that out.
Everybody,
We've hit 400. So Shadowhawk, you went to sleep too soon. We hit 400 subs with the
big
channel.
4-0.
100 more and we can get monetized. Partially monetized. That's good news.
Do this.
You know, that's what you shoot for. So, you know, considering the way I do it, I don't play the algorithm. I don't, you know, do pre-recorded things. I need to do more of that. Maybe this year I will do. But I mean, to do everything live, YouTube doesn't push you as much as they should. But to hit 400, it's been like about 2.5 years, but we did it.
You've been
400.
having fun
Yay.
doing it. You've been having fun doing it. And you didn't have nobody tell you what to do.
Right. I will grab the link to the channel and post it up on X and maybe Facebook, telling everybody the good news. And I guarantee you, I'll probably go down a couple. Every time you go, yay, we've hit a mark. If you're not above that mark, somebody snarkily unsubscribes so that you go under. I don't know what it is, but they like to do that.
Don't say nothing, man.
Yeah. Don't say anything. Yeah.
Just let it keep going to 5.
Yeah. Just keep going. Okay. You can do it. Yeah. We can do it.
Man.
DVB, let's reschedule if you so desire. I don't know what happened there, but you might have just forgot. That's fine too. I did that with somebody this week too. I don't know if they were slow to response. I didn't see it or what, but I had an auction instead of having a guest on. Proper Comics from Mary Boys. Yeah, I love y'all. Whispers. Yeah, man. Go organize your collection and read a good comic book today. And if you have Back Devil Flyer, consider it. Shadow Kingdom ending. If you like Cole the Conqueror over there on Fund My Comic, you got Hatch. You got Randy Zimmerman's Arrow Comics like Sotak from Mad Ruth. There's a lot of good books out there, not just on Fund My Comic either. One Stormy Night closing out tonight. You might want to grab you a copy of that if it's still available. The Diaz Brothers book. Lost Pages is closing out soon. Joe Sontag's is getting ready to close out at some point. Some of these great projects have already fulfilled, and they're going to be shutting down here pretty soon. So if you want them, you better get yourself a copy. Devil Flyer will be up for a little while longer. Hopefully, once we can get some new art drop with, some things and our final stuff up there, that we'll get a bump toward the end of the campaign and we can get things moving. But this is Momentum May. We went through Momentum March. Now we're into Momentum May, and we're going to have something special going on. So just watch for it. Keep watching this channel for the latest news. Got some exciting stuff coming down the pipe. Elsie, thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Shadowhawk, appreciate you coming in. Howbeit it was even late. Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Shadowhawk was listening. We hit 400 subs, bro.
Love
Wonder
you
Twin
too,
Powers
brother.
activate. Form of an ice cube.